So in this video I try to further prove my point, and I will go into the it again, described by Sigmund Freud, how it connects to the room 101 and how it all connects to the exit out of this nightmare hellscape. Yeah, we basically have to escape room 101, and we basically have to escape the ape, the monkey meat suit. Yeah, let's get into it. So, in the beginning of the Matrix, Neo gets this wake up call on his screen because he's searching for answers and he's searching for a way out of the Matrix. And he is in room 101. And yeah, he tries to find a way out of room 101, and then he gets this message, follow the white rabbit, and Neo hits the escape button. So that emphasized how he's looking for an escape out of this matrix, out of this ape suit, out of this meat monkey suit, and basically this nightmare. So I will get back to this, but first let's look again at the it, which was described by Freud, and it's basically a psychological construct which represents the unconscious, primal, basic primitive instincts. And it's a part of the mind which is driven by the pleasure principle. So no matter how, it just wants to survive, it wants to eat. It's basically the zombie within, the machine within. And it's programmed on survival and staying in the matrix, staying in the Plato's cave, keeping your spirit in the brain. Yeah, it's said that this complex is most likely anchored in the structure of the brain, which is also described as the Eye of Horus. Or we could say the Eye of Horrors, the horror eye. Another tale. So it's basically the Eye of Horrors. It's basically an AI in your brain, an artificial intelligence in your brain, which is only programmed to keep you in survival mode and to keep you locked inside the rabbit hole, which is your brain, inside the maze. But the eye is also the gateway out, so we have to get beyond the eye of horrors. We have to beat it. We have to X the eye. We have to kill it. So this it or this I, the it or the ID or the DI, which sounds a lot like the I, is also reflected externally, like on your ID card, your identity, your false identity. And there we have it again, the it entity. It's like the identity. We see it also printed on the $1 bill because it has a lot to do with money, which is the means of control of it, of the I. Money keeps you in the maze, in the labyrinth of the mind. And money means one eye. So I just try to show you how it all connects. So it's basically the wrong idea. So we have it again, the it ear, the idea, the wrong idea, which we are trapped in. It's basically hell. So we have to get beyond this I, which is like the end boss of hell. And to get out of hell, we have to go through hell. So we have to go through the I. And we have to face our greatest fear. So what I noticed is that when I looked into the book cover, and I looked at the it, I immediately saw that it looks like a 101. If we take the D and piece it into two parts and take it apart, then we see like it's in the it, there is a hidden 101, a 101. And the 101 is basically the AI code, the code of the artificial intelligence, which is made up of a bunch of ones and zeros. And it also looks like the lol, like laughing out loud, because the it is always laughing out loud. And yeah, this is another book cover, and it's basically the same thing. The 101 is hidden in the it. And room 101 also has another meaning, which I will get into now. And in the Matrix movie, as I showed in the beginning, Neo is basically trapped in room 101, which is the room of horrors. Yeah, in the movie 1984, in the Orwell movie, or in the book, there we have the room 101, and it's like a torture chamber in the Ministry of Love, in which a prisoner is subjected to his or her own worst nightmare, fear or phobia. So it's basically a torture chamber, and this is reflected in Neo's room. It looks like a torture chamber, and he's looking for a way out. And his room is like basically a representation of it, of the Plato's cave, of the Matrix, of the darkness inside the brain, the Plato's cave. And yeah, 101 is also said when you try to gain basic knowledge of a subject. Then we have the 101s. So to get out of hell, we have to get out of room 101, which is it, as I showed in the beginning, which is the eye of horrors, And this we see also reflected in this image when it said he has to follow the white rabbit, because the white rabbit will lead him out of his rabbit hole, out of his labyrinth of the mind, out of his brain, back through the eye and to the exit point. So he opens the door, and the first thing we see is, of course, a one-eye symbolism. Because to get out of room 101 or the it, we have to face the eye, face the it, face this AI hell complex, the eye of horrors. And yeah, the keyhole is basically another symbol for leaving room 101. Because, yeah, as I showed in other videos, we have to basically unlock this whole thing and basically have a key which we have to use to unlock the heart. So it's just another symbol. So yeah, then Neo is basically following the white rabbit to get rid of it, to get out of his room 101, the room of his worst nightmares. And the same thing is shown in the movie Ready Player One, where we have this evil company which is called IOI, or 101. It looks like a 101, but this company is called IOI, and they are basically it's basically an evil company which tries to gain control over the whole simulation, and with every means necessary. So this company is like evil, and it represents it. It represents the it complex. And in the end, to get to win the game, so to speak, this company has to be beaten. And this company also makes these game suits, which are like a haptic suit, which mimic the full body sensory experience. And this is like a reference to our meat monkey body, in which we are trapped in. And yeah, because the body is, of course, the extension of the id complex. Because the id tries everything to save the body, to save the prison, to keep you in the prison. So the company is called IOI, and there we have it in the phonetics again, like I-O-I. And we also see it looks like the two towers, and with the gate in the middle, with the seal in the middle, the eye, which we have to basically kill or bash or beat or overcome, or in other words, go beyond. And the same thing we have on the of the seal on the $1 bill, like the I-O-I. And yeah, this I goes by many names. It's like the demiurge, or it's in our language most commonly referred to El, because El is like a god, a deity, but it's of course a false god. It's an imposter. So basically we have to beat it. And yeah, that's where all these tells are like encoded in our language, in the words. So we have the spirit, which tells us basically we have to spear it, the id complex, the I. We have to pierce the I. And if we want to exit, because the exit door in the Truman Show shows it in plain sight, then we have to exit the id complex. And yeah, the id complex is of course tied to your body, which consists of cells. So it's the prison cell. It tries to keep the body alive. So what was shown in the Truman Show, the exit door, right, was there were these steps. He walked up, and there was the exit door right in the heaven. So if we want to get into heaven, out of this hell, we have to face our worst nightmare or worst fear and go beyond it. And this is exactly what Truman did. So his worst fear was to get on a boat and get on the sea. And when he did it, he was able to leave the Truman Show. He was able to basically cross the fiction, the crucifixion. And this was emphasized when the storm came and Truman basically had an X over his body with the ropes of the boat. So basically, and this boat was called San Maria, I think, which means Holy Mary. So he basically saved the spirit out of this mess, out of the Truman Show, out of the AI, out of the lie. So he basically X'd the id, his id complex, and this was further emphasized through the Jesus gesture in the end, which means he basically sacrificed his body and his id complex, the whole wrong idea, his prison. He left his prison, which part of it is the body. Yeah. And this is, in my opinion, the whole symbol behind the Jesus crucifixion, because the fiction is crossed out. And we also have the crown of thorns, which emphasizes the mind, which is now being killed. The heart is open, and the body, which is the cellular body, which is a part of the fiction or the wrong idea, also hangs on the cross. It is X'd out. So the id complex is X'd. And that would be the exit. So that's why it's also called the spirit because the it complex has to be speared. Spear it. Yeah, and that's why we also see the connections with Trump and the it clown, and which is now being set up on the external reality. The end game is being set up, in my opinion. Yeah, so it's not about killing yourself, it's about playing through the game. It's about beating the end boss, which would be the it complex. And yeah, I don't think there is a shortcut into heaven with a self-exit, so to speak. It would be like playing a video game and then not beating the final opponent, just reset the console, and then you will start where you left the game, so to speak. You have to start all over again. And in movies like Jumanji and Groundhog Day, or like the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and there are many more movies, we see that suicide isn't a way out. There's no shortcut. We have to play through the game, as it seems to me. Yeah, so maybe it makes now even more sense why I say the mark of the beast will be this end game. We have to go through the hell on earth. Yeah, to me it's obvious and very logical, but yeah, I try my best to get these points across. And we are basically led, or because it's a scripted game and we are now close to the revelation, the full revelation, and part of the revelation of the end game is like the mark of the beast. And yeah, beast, this is in German language, it's translated to animal, mark of the animal. And this makes even more sense to me. Yeah, that's it for today. To leave room 101, to leave this nightmare, we have to beat it, we have to axe it, we have to spear it, and get the fuck out. That's it.